So now, Hana Chilla, we back on Gullah Geechee Gwine on. Now, a little while ago, you yet me to crack me teeth by Tatiana. And so Tatiana is here now. She is from Russia. Now, I know many of you may have read a little bit about Russia, heard a little bit about Russian history. And some of you have probably even heard of a place called the Kremlin. Well, Tatiana has the opportunity that is where you work in Russia, right? Is that the Kremlin?
Yes.
Well, what brought you all the way from the Kremlin to here?
I really work in the museum of the Kremlin. Kremlin, it's the name for the place. This is the heart of Moscow. This is the center of Moscow, the capital of Russia. And there is the residence of the Russian president. But I work in the museum, so when I decided to go here, I was invited here, and I saw that for me it will be a great opportunity to find out more about the United States. It wasn't my first time, but I think that this time it's the greatest trip in my life.
Is that right?
Yes, I never saw such a lot of people who are involved in the restoration and the preservation of the cultural heritage. And so I had possibility to communicate with people, with my colleagues, from the different countries, from the different professions, ages, and so it was amazing for me.
Wonderful.
And especially when I came to Charleston, it was my dream, from my childhood, because I read the book Gone with the Wind.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yes.
Wow.
And I loved it very much. I saw the movie about it, and so it was my dream. And I asked people from the State Department to send me here,
to make sure.
In Minneapolis, but in Charleston.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
And so all your life you wanted to come to Charleston just because of Going with the Wind. Isn't that funny? And so now that you've come and you've been to Charleston and you've come through the Gullah Geechee Nation, I guess it lived up to your expectations. You fell in love with the South. Outstanding.
For me, it's my country. Really, I love it.
Wonderful.
And here I met very lovely people, very nice people who opened me their heart, and they have shown me this country from the different sides.
Right.
So it's very much
for
your
thank
support, your tenderness.
You are so welcome, and it's so wonderful. A lot of times when people come here because they've seen Gone with the Wind, they have all of these mystical things in their mind, but I've never met anyone who said that from their childhood they wanted to come here because of the book and the movie, and that when they got here, they fell in love. Yes, but that's a great thing. And so now we just talked to Nadia, and she was here from Georgia, which we know is right there with Russia. And so did you know each other? Did you exchange anything on museum work before this trip, or did you just get to connect on this trip?
No, we met only during this trip because I checked up the site of her museum.
Yes.
But I didn't know her. I didn't know Emma Usmanov from our group also. She is from Kazakhstan. But I found her article in the site
as well.
The UNESCO site of Kazakhstan. So yes, I think it's great because the world now is really small. And you can find in internet. You can find everything if you want. If you find some people only load the name and you can get
find all
information about the people. So it's I think
it makes
great.
it, like you said, that much smaller.
But meet them and to talk to him.
It makes a difference.
Yes.
That's the human-to-human contact.
Yes. I think the most important thing in this trip that we communicate with people and we can talk with a lot of people and to know about them, to know the problems. Because in one side, we know that America is a great country, but they have some problem, and even here.
Absolutely.
And so it's very interesting how we can use this experience in our work.
Absolutely. And I think it's always important for people to learn more every day. But it especially excites me all the more to see someone just go aglow because their childhood dream has come to reality. So on behalf of the Gullah Geechee Nation, we welcome you, and we hope that this won't be your first trip. And definitely when I come over to Russia, I want to go up into the tower that you told me about and see the panoramic view of Moscow.
I invite you.
Yes,
I
definitely.
invite you in Moscow because Moscow changes now and it became different. And I think it will be a very great city in some years.
Yes.
Because it will be more open, more friendly.
Yeah.
And people will like to come here, to come there in Moscow.
And visit and
visit it,
connect.
yeah.
Exactly. And so at least
So
we're
I
thankful.
hope to meet you someday
Yes,
in the Kremlin Museum,
exactly.
so you are welcome.
Thank you so much, and you are welcome for coming here and joining us today. And we thank all the 100 children who joined me for this your program, the Chillin' This Year, the Geechee Gwine.